funnier if they could.
Now they can. Hello and welcome to my channel. Vice Rhino here. Jimmy Snow over there. Jimmy Snow wants me to not tell you that he's never seen Les Miserables.
That's the, yeah. I'm glad that that's the one you took. I've actually admitted that I've also never seen Book of Mormon live. I've heard the soundtrack, but yes, I've never seen or watched the movie Les Mis, which is a
okay. No, the movie's hot trash. Don't watch the movie. Like you got to go for. I don't know if they've actually done a recorded like full stage production because like they like there's the 10th anniversary concert and the 25th anniversary concert, but it's just people like walking up and singing into microphones. Like they're not acting it out at all. So the movie would be a good way to get that, I guess. But like the performances in the movie are just garbage. And like I say this, like Russell Crowe actually can sing. He's got a band where he is a singer. Hugh Jackman, amazingly talented man, did not do well in Les Mis.
Okay.
Ironically, the people who have the least experience singing in that movie, Amanda Seyfried and Eddie Redmayne, they did amazing. Samantha Barks as Eponine, of course, just like she best singer in the whole fucking cast, but she was also Eponine in the 25th anniversary production. So like she's got the stage experience, and they tried to film it like a stage show, and so the person with the most stage experience was the best actor in it, hands down.
I just want to add that Eddie Redmayne can get it.
Okay, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I'm not down with the lingo these days.
This isn't even new lingo. This was lingo when you would have been in college. Can get it?
Okay,
it's a good thing.
I was lame in college.
It being ass.
Okay. Okay. I kind of figured that that's what it was, but I also wasn't sure because like that could also be like, oh, he can just suck a dick or something, but like in a negative way. Anyway, I should probably explain why we're here.
Yeah.
So we are here to raise money for Project Share Niagara, which is an amazing charity in my region that they help people with late bills. They help people with prescription costs. They help kids with school supplies. They have a community garden that they run. They help run a homeless shelter. They do so much good in the community. And last year we were my fundraiser raised $12,000 for them. And when they released their financial statement this year, that was almost a third of the total fundraising that they did through third parties. So like, nice. I'm very proud to have raised that kind of money. This is the last day of the fundraiser and we are still $3,300 off of our goal. So we got a lot to do tonight.
We need that money.
We need that money. And so as such, we're going to do some, have we decided how we're doing this? So we're gonna...
I'm just here for the ride.
You're just here for the ride. Okay. Well, so I'm going to say that Jimmy's going to match $250.
Yeah.
And I will match $500.
Yeah. He cares more. I'm just kidding. I care too, but this has been an expensive medical year.
Yes, indeed.
I live in America where, holy crap, I have a thing to rant about in a minute when we're doing stuff about American medical stuff.
Oh, absolutely. I'm here for that. But like, yeah, we so we've got $750 of match dollars on the table. So don't leave that on the table. And if we take advantage of that, then there's only like another 1,800 that we need to raise. And Turkamada the Apostate says VR rules. Yeah, Jimmy and I were just talking about virtual reality before we started.
Not only that, when Vice messaged me earlier today and was like, "Hey, what should we talk about tonight?" I was like, "I mean, I'm sure I'm going to bring up VR and AI, but I don't care. Like, we can talk about whatever you want, but those things are always on my mind. Always on my mind."
Freedom Inc. says, "What up, Vice Rhino? Hell yeah! What up, Jimmy?
What up?
Hi, Freedom Inc.
Hell yeah!" It's very worrisome when something tells you to use an authenticator and you don't have that website in your authenticator. I figured it out though. Threads uses the same authenticator
as Instagram.
Instagram, yeah.
That makes sense.
That code worked.
I don't think I've set up two-factor on Threads. So my Threads account is ripe for the stealing.
I'm on my way.
So, Anyway, yeah, if you go to, there should be a link in the description, and there should be a bot spamming the link in the chat. I'm going to say share.vicerhino.com probably works, but I've been having a lot of trouble with that forward from my not ISP, my host. So I am going to, I know Twitch doesn't have the description same as mute. Twitch doesn't have the description same as YouTube, but I am going to pin the link to Twitch.
Oh yeah.
And when I go to share.vicerhino.com, it works, but it could just be because my browser's got it cached. So I'm going to post a tiny URL link on Twitch.
Yeah, that doesn't seem to do. Share.vicerhino.com. Oh wait. Yeah, it does. It just takes a minute to.
Yeah, I mean, the forward doesn't have SSL, so you might get like a warning that you're going to an unsecure site. But
yeah.
like, I've been having trouble where it wouldn't even get to that point. It'd just be like, there was no response from the server.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, hi everybody. Hey, whoever donates the next $50, put in your little message thing, a name or a topic. I'll have ChatGPT help me write a haiku about that person or topic, and I will perform it dramatically as Donald Trump will read your haiku, and it could be I'll make sure that I get
ChatGPT is shit at the artsy fartsy stuff.
Oh my God. I love making it write haikus. Hang on, I'll do one about you. And I think they updated the dates by which it knows fucking logging in.
I don't know. Last time I checked, the old one did know who I was, but barely.
Yeah, I think they've updated that database though. Okay. Write a haiku about the YouTuber Viced Rhino. Make sure to mention his fondness of exotic. Oh, I wrote exotic animal. How do you spell phalluses? Phalluses?
PHAL. I think there's two L's. US.
Or is it OSES?
No, I think it's US.
This is only
PHALLUSES.
Okay.
And yes, I did just Google that to check.
Inappropriate offensive reference, even in humorous content. Yeah. Okay. It isn't inappropriate. I'm going to try and convince it.
Oh,
because it's about zebras and shit and stuff.
Dandy Vargley says, Jesus, he types slow.
That's true on this keyboard. Okay. Yeah. I apologizing for misunderstanding. Here's a haiku that mentions Vice Rhino's interest in exotic animal phalluses without being inappropriate. Hang on, I got to get into so one of the things I do to prepare for doing Donald Trump's voice is I have to scratch my throat up. So I do some kind of like, it's almost like I try to sound like a didgeridoo, basically. I try to do Mongolian throat singing, but oftentimes it just sounds like it just sounds like crap. I was getting there.
I don't know what's going on with your sound.
Losing it. I have to.
Your microphone does not like that.
And then it becomes a little bit more authentic because he's got a totally vocally fried throat. It sounds a lot more realistic. If you ask me, believe me, it sounds a lot more realistic because we are not people who like to do unconvincing impressions. So Viced Rhino roams, intrigued by nature's designs, exotic tales flow. I don't think it's referring to who you are in that one. I think it's just doing a horny rhino looking at others' exotic tales,
So
if you will.
an actual rhino that's interested in a
Yeah.
cross-species relationship. That's actually a lot more kinky than I thought it was going to get.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so Zilbear, when you were doing the warm-up, said, "This is hot." And then when you started the Trump voice, followed that up with, "This suddenly much less hot."
But some people are saying that this is the hottest voice on the internet, on the TV, and whenever I talk, they will let people watch uninterrupted for hours at a time, and that is why I became president. It's CNN's fault.
So Scott Dillahunt donated $33.69 with a message that says, "Bring back the funny numbers."
I do like them ending in 69 there.
Yeah, but where's my OCD peeps at that need to end the cents? Make it end in a even dollar amount.
That's right. You just compete back and forth.
Yes,
Fight it out.
we raised a lot of money that way last year.
Hell yeah.
Or maybe it was the year before. I don't know, but
Yeah. Or, someone could make that now end in 420. And then the 69 people could come back and be like, no. 69. And then someone could try and do the math and make sure that it ends in 666. I'm just saying the possibilities are endless. And I want to know which teams you're on. Are you on team 69? I personally, I'm going to be honest, 69 is overrated. And I would like somebody to come in here and stand with me or lay with me and prove that 69 is overrated. It is not that fun, especially when you are on the bottom of 69. You just have your nose in someone's asshole. It's not that great of a position.
Depends how recently they showered.
Well, no, I mean, it's still an asshole. It's just whether it's a clean asshole or a dirty asshole. But
yeah, and one is much more pleasant than the other.
That's true. However, I just find, I was talking about this with makeup. I am actually creeped out by makeup. I don't even like seeing other people. Obviously, it's not my place, so I'm not going to tell people, like, don't wear makeup around me. But I get such a feeling of when I've worn makeup in the past for like stage stuff or whatever, I start to feel trapped in my face.
Yeah. I know. I haven't worn makeup since the grade 9 play or production of Anne of Green Gables that I was in. I had 3 lines. And the teenage girls who were doing the makeup got so excited at the prospect of putting makeup on a bunch of guys who didn't like makeup that they made sure that everybody wore makeup and lots of it. And I still remember the feeling. I haven't worn makeup since. It's just like, no, I can't do it.
I hate it.
I get the same thing with fingernail polish. Like my kids like to have their nails painted, and they like to paint my nails and have me matching them and stuff. And it's I want to be the fun dad who's like, yeah, absolutely, we can I'll paint my nails with you, but like after having nail polish on for like 30 seconds is like, nope, get it off. Jimmy Snow can get it, donated $50.
I love that. I love that.
With the message, "Hello, sweetie."
You didn't ask for a topic for a haiku, but the next person did. So I'm going to see if I can figure out a way to convince ChatGPT. Oh, I need to switch to 4.0.
Freedom Inc. said, yeah, can't do a bunch, but here's a bit. A topic: getting boned by a horse. Yeah, I feel like ChatGPT will kick that one out.
Write a haiku about a horse seducing another horse by showing the horse its impressive spear. We're just going to change the word spear to cock.
Okay. Mark Fernkopf says face sitting is fun. We don't kink shame here.
I like face sitting. Okay. Because I feel like, one, they look at you and they check in. Right. And 2, ass goes beyond, whereas face sitting is actually kind of like, they might lean forward or whatever, but you don't have all that cake starting to smother you, right? I find it, I don't like being smothered in cake, right? Not for, maybe for short periods of time. Maybe it's like, hey, at this exact moment, I got a 10-second timer in my head. Let's do some cake smothering. But first of all, it's usually not the cake in that scenario. Usually I'm more of a cherry man. But if I'm getting the emojis right, I'm trying to make sure that I sound cool to the Gen Z right now. Do I sound cool, Gen Z?
Is cake the new ass emoji?
No, cherries though I think is boobs. Cake is the ass
Oh,
is the word for ass. I think right
okay.
now. No cap.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm glad I'm not the only one confused. Rei Oshima says, "What the fuck?"
no cap is probably old too.
No,
The
I
fact
I know no cap.
learned about
I know
it.
that
Okay,
one.
yeah. Which is why I think it's probably past. I'm saying the fact that you and I now
I
know
have
no cap, Gen Z people are probably laughing at us like they
I
think we still say no cap.
I have teenagers.
Yeah, they're fucking with you because all of childhood now is pranking
Okay.
adults.
Oh my god. Stop.
Thank you, TikTok. Do you ever have stress dreams? Don't worry, I'm gonna read about the horse cock here in a moment. As as your favorite president, as your favorite guy, and woman of the year, I also am man and woman of the year because I am that great, that big. Anyway, the what was I talking about?
I
Oh,
don't know.
do you
Eating
ever worry?
ass.
No, oh no, it's much darker than that. Do you ever worry? Do you ever have stress dreams as a person with children? I feel I would be having stress dreams where I have stress dreams about everything. And one of the ones I'm positive I would have if I had kids was discovering that I was the topic, like the main subject of a super famous TikTok making fun of me, basically. My kids just pranking me and making me look like an old idiot all the time. That's, have you ever
Yeah.
had that stress dream?
That's not the stress dreams that I have. I get the stress dreams of one of my kids fell in the river and the other one is too young to take care of themselves. So do I jump in to save that one, or do I stay with the one who will probably run into traffic if I'm not right here?
Sophie's choice,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Okay, and you can't put the one on your back or anything.
Okay. So I live right by the Niagara River,
Yeah,
and the area that I'm in, it does have people die in it on a regular basis. If you go in the river where I am at the river, you're dead.
yeah. Okay,
So to put a kid on my back and then
yeah.
go in would be like, I'm not
Oh,
just risking my life to save this other kid who's probably going to die anyway. I am now also killing this other kid.
so basically, you're saying the worst part about that dream is you know which choice you're making.
Yeah.
You know,
No, yeah, no, that actually is the worst part. Is
yeah.
like, because like logically it makes sense to not jump in.
Right, right.
But like if there's someone nearby and you just say, "Hey, can you like make sure this kid doesn't run into traffic?" Well, I saved that kid's life, but then
Yeah.
I'm probably going to die because that's what happens when people go in the river in this area.
I'll use my reclaimed income to buy video games. Wave to him just because we want them to be comforted.
Jimmy, I have 5 kids. Taking one away does not make a significant difference to the reclaimed income situation.
You took away the hand-me-down kid. We're not spending money on them anyway. I might get an extra McDouble once a month, but that's about it. Yeah, I actually, in my dreams, people send more money. I have a dream family. I go into dreams and I have a dream family complete with, I'm not just trying to show off how traumatized I am because someone's going to psychoanalyze this and be like, oh, we know how Jimmy's actual family life is. And this is a trauma response, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I have a dream family.
I don't know. I don't think my partner's watching right now, but she's taking her master's in psychology with a focus on therapy. So she would absolutely be sitting here talking about that exactly, like, oh, Jimmy looks like he's suffering from blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. I have something to tell you after the show, but I'm not going to share a certain part of my personal life.
Drew Harrison says this turned a bit dark. LOL. It's like, what, you don't think us discussing Sophie's choicing our children is a cheery subject?
Look, we're here for your money, but we have to fill the time, right? Send money, please.
Yeah, you know what? If people were donating every 30 seconds, then we'd be constantly being like, oh, thank you so much, so-and-so, for the donation. We wouldn't have time to talk about which children we would save. Speaking of which, SJL donated another $25.
Hell yeah. Anyway, yeah. Okay, let me read this. Let me get into, and I have my key phrases. I'll do the ABCs, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, O, P. Right for me, but maybe
Woman,
not.
man, camera, TV.
I might have to run independent from the GOP if they don't choose me. But if they don't, I don't care because I poured down Kevin McCarthy's underwear.
Veggie Owl Girl says, is the Niagara River the one that goes over the Niagara Falls? Yes, it is. However, the Niagara Falls are about a half-hour drive away from me, so they're not going over the falls if they go in the river here. They're just going to drown.
Yeah. Well, that's a relief. In moon's soft embrace, proud steed with cock gleaming bright, courts love with prowess. That was actually kind of beautiful. That was kind of sweet.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't?
No.
It's actually more sweet than the original, which uses the word spear instead of like... Oh, shit. I live in America. What am I saying? Of course, there are dating sites where you just like, you want to date a guy with this gun or do you want to date a guy with this gun? Good news. I have both guns.
Yeah. And the worst part is that will probably work for some people. Like, I remember back when I was on Tinder, there would be the occasional woman would pop up where she's like, oh, if you're one of these liberal guys who is okay with gay people, don't even bother. I'm like, yeah, why would I bother?
I bother. I bother. Yes, I do. That's like, oh, I was coming here for a date and now I found a party. So right.
Well, so most of the time those people were in the States because unfortunately, like it's weird that Tinder doesn't let you say like only show me people that are in my country because like I'm right by the border. So like if I say within a 5-minute drive, I get so many hits from Buffalo because that's a big major city. But then I get nothing from my little tiny podunk town.
I'm so glad to have moved from Denver because Denver is one of the fittest places in the United States. Like that's a stat. It's one of the healthiest places in the US.
Yeah.
It was probably number 3, and then I moved away, and just me leaving bumped it to number 1.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. It was so frustrating because like I like hiking, but I don't like hiking the way people in Denver like hiking. So all you would be doing is swiping, oh, here's a person at the top of, there's like 4 mountains everybody hikes. Here's a person at the top of, and I don't know if they're using the same piece of cardboard where they write it on, which it's like, y'all, you don't have to take a piece of cardboard with you. Which, by the way, those mountains covered in those you find those card, like people just throw them on the ground. You can on your phone just put a caption. No one believes you more because you look like you are on the street begging to tell us where you are, where you've hiked to. But all these people in their fitness gear looking all, whereas I went from like a Denver 4, I'm an Austin 7. It's awesome. It's the best.
Rosina Keller is saying Vice Rhino is still strolling Tinder. No, I'm not still strolling Tinder. This is like I haven't been on Tinder in over a year since I got with my current partner.
I hit it out of curiosity from time to time. I'm actually engaged in I don't even know how to word it anymore.
So, there was a period of time
chatting with the person.
There was a period of time where I wasn't sure how serious our relationship was, where I was like, I should probably not be on Tinder anymore. And I felt kind of like, do I uninstall it or whatever? And when I finally uninstalled it, just such a relief because it's like, I fucking hate it.
It's really bad when, look, for me, it's like, it's terrible if I feel like I need it. If I'm feeling lonely, Tinder scrolling is horrible. But if you don't need it and you're like, it'd be kind of cool. Might just, swipe however many you can swipe in the length of the average poop. That's time length, not physical distance.
How long are your poops normally?
Right. So if a
mine are usually about a foot.
If a swipe is 1 1/4 inches, how many? The average length.
How many right swipes do you get per poop?
And that's when it feels quite nice, when you feel zero outcome dependence, and you're like, that's pretty, all right, that's pretty good. And I've actually, you know, what's funny is a lot of people are like, you only meet these people, these type of people on Tinder. And granted, I have met people on Tinder who I am not happy about, or would even say I have regrets surrounding, but also some people who are now still great friends of mine I met on Tinder. So I've not had the like, everyone's a terrible person on, it's all fuck boys. And
I mean, my experience is still very limited. I've met a grand total of well, actually physically met 2 people on Tinder, and then there was a third that I like was chatting with and was trying to work out a meeting, but then she ghosted me once she found out I was vaccinated, and then I'm like, okay, I'm okay with that. yeah,
no love lost there.
I mean, it's like, I don't understand the concept of ghosting. Like, just fucking say like, hey, yeah, no, sorry, this isn't for me, I'm done.
Yeah. By the way, since we both went on the same tism rant about lengths, I think that we're I'm not trying to diagnose you here or anything, but I got my papers. I'm going to tell you about something that will outrage you. I bet that outraged me. I might have sent you this before actually, but I think it's DiGiorno, but it could be a different one. There's a pizza brand out there that has a stuffed crust pizza that on the box brags about the length of the cheese in the crust. What? It says something like over 4 feet of cheese in the crust.
What does that even mean?
Right. That's not a quantity of cheese.
How much cheese is 4 feet of cheese?
Nothing, because I could either go and get finely shredded cheese.
It's 4 feet long, but it's only 1 atom wide.
Or, you know, those like $900 wheels of cheese, I could stack those side by side. And that 4 feet of cheese costs more than a car.
So Jimmy, did you just try and diagnose me with autism?
No, I just thought it was a tism thing to say. Everybody tisms from time to time.
Yeah, no, but my partner has a running thing where, like, I am not diagnosed with autism. Yeah, but she is convinced that I have it.
Look, I think most skeptics
she is going to school to study psychology. She's focusing on therapy, so she's not going to be a psychiatrist where she has the ability to diagnose. But she would be referring me to someone like, and she walked in just in time for me to say she's probably right.
Yeah. I think there's some common tisms in the skeptic community, especially amongst those of us who are public figure facing, which is funny because that's still a small group, because most people with autism would be like, fuck that. But I thrive in this space because I can easily talk to a camera and look at a screen. I also thrive in VR for the same reason.
Yeah. So the Hollywood sign is proof of the Nephilim says 1 desk of butter, and I don't know why, but that just tickles me.
A hammock of Cheez-Its? What are these quantities? That's an old Family Guy joke.
Yeah, that's that's Americans will use anything but the metric system.
I have been so vindicated though lately, because I went on the rant years ago. I want people to know, if you look through YouTube enough.
Anonymous gave us $50. Thank you, Anonymous.
Thank you, Anonymous. The Anonymous?
The Anonymous.
I've been going on this rant for years, and if I were to public all my videos again, I'm sure I could find it to prove that. But now other people are going on rants. That's not true. I 98% support the U.S. switching to the metric system.
Okay.
The 2%
is Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit is the most superior system there is. And I've had a rant about, because 1 to 10 tells you this, and basically 0 to 100 is what you can live in. But somebody on a Netflix rant that I saw on my YouTube shorts, they put it the best. 0 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
Like, how percent hot are you?
Hot. Yeah. That's what percent hot are you? Yep. And if you're over 100, that's too hot. That's so true. It's such a good system, because like the difference between 25 and 38 degrees Celsius is like 10 different phases of clothing, right? Yeah. Like It's like huge. Whereas like 0 to 10 to 10 to 20, I've say cut them into 10 segments. Each segment is a phase of clothing. It's either
Sure.
a new layer or a new accessory or removal of a layer or an accessory.
So here's my Canadian hot take. As someone who uses Celsius and is most familiar with Celsius, but still bakes in Fahrenheit because
Yeah.
I'm Canadian, we're weird like that. I agree. Fahrenheit, and it's not just about it being more intuitive, because like at this point in my life, Celsius is more intuitive to me just because that's what I'm used to. But when it comes to something like we both have kept fish. You probably are still going.
Yeah.
I am not. My fish all died when we lost power last Christmas.
No, I had to get rid of all my stuff when I moved to it wasn't worth it wasn't worth
moving fish is hard.
Yeah.
So in my fish tanks, I would measure them in Fahrenheit because it's more precise. That decimal point carries more information in Fahrenheit than it does in Celsius just because of the size of the degrees.
Yeah.
And there's actually nothing inherently metric about Celsius. Is like metric is like it's like everything's based on 10 or whatever. But as far as Celsius is concerned, it's like, yeah, I guess you like it's like in the sense that like 0 is where water freezes and 100 is where water boils, but like that's not based on 10 for anything really.
And if we're talking about human experience, because I do agree 0 to 100 is useful in a lab. Of course, that's useful in a lab.
Mm-hmm.
If you are boiling stuff and freezing stuff, if you are working with, but first of all, it's only water, right? Other things have different. So you don't switch to what is the, this is magnesium Celsius or whatever. It's only water that we're talking about measuring.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about your human experience. So that 0 to 100, what day is that? Again, that's only at sea level also. So
yeah, that's true. I actually remember hearing the story of the first white people to go through. I want to say it was Colorado. They actually wrote in their journals about how like they would boil potatoes in the water all night long and they wouldn't be cooked in the morning because the water boils at such a low temperature at those altitudes that it just wouldn't cook the potatoes.
Yeah. Yeah. So someone said new scale proposal 0 is freezing, 100 is body temp.
I kind of like that, but at the same time I see why you wouldn't want that.
But body temp is only, well, body temp's better than room temp, but body temp it ranges somewhere in the 95 to 100 range anyway. So that is pretty close. And I get what you're saying. The reason why I wouldn't is I've lived cold places. I don't put sleeves on until it gets lower than 50 degrees. Like
this is where intuitively I don't understand 50 degrees Fahrenheit. What is that in Celsius?
All right, let's see. 50 F to C is 10 degrees Celsius.
Okay. Yeah.
I like it quite cold. I have this room set as 58, so I can comfortably wear a jacket because I'm hotter in layers. And by that I mean more attractive, but also warmer. That's technically true. That's at some point we'll get back to trying to raise money harder. But yeah, I wouldn't go with 0 at freezing because freezing point is definitely not human freezing point.
Yes.
You can convert enough food through chemical. You can chemical energy will keep you alive at 32. 0 is getting closer to where you will die. Now you can die pretty much anywhere under without enough refreshing of chemical energy. You can definitely become hypothermic and stuff before that, but it would take very long exposures. I've gone outside and just say like whatever I was wearing inside in 20-degree weather for 10 to 15 minutes to quick do whatever stuff and you're fine. It's when it becomes okay, so this is how much I like the cold. And it's more that I like breathing cold. I do like my body to be warm. But in Denver, I window open at night year round, basically. And when I say year round, I had to stop because I was getting vertigo by freezing fluid in my ears. And I would
God.
sometimes wake up with ice crystals in my mustache because I would be in my bed, usually like some sort of heated blanket or something inside the blankets as well. So some added warmth inside, but I would breathe frigidly cold. Part of that is that I deal with chronic illness. I'm perpetually nauseous, but it's very hard to be nauseous in frigid cold air. And so it's like the only relief I was getting.
So this is where the pedant in me wants to make the joke about how being nauseous means you cause nausea in others.
Oh,
so you are nauseated.
Yeah, nauseated. You're right.
But
You're right.
I'm sure there are a number of people that will say, yes, Jimmy Snow is nauseous.
That's true. That's definitely true. It's a big number. Probably much larger.
I'm being nauseated by how little money you're raising for my fundraiser right now.
All right, let's give money, guys. We can't be not raising on the night that I'm here, unless I am the problem.
No, I had you as my ringer because you've always done so well, and you're always so shameless about it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I because it's one of those things where it's a couple times a year you're raising money for charity, so why have any shame? In fact, let's just get this over with. I'm kidding. And
Onlyfans.com/Jimmy and Rhino.
I did an OnlyFans, but it wasn't sexual in nature. I was sad to let that one go. It was funny.
My partner's out in the dining room. I didn't hear exactly what she said, but it's something along the lines of like, you're starting too many OnlyFans. Because last night we started onlyfans.com/Vice Rhino and Surus.
Look, I think there's an entire market of VR OnlyFans that's not being filled right now.
Now, are you talking about virtual reality OnlyFans or Vice Rhino OnlyFans?
Both. VR.
Ooh.
VVRR. That doesn't make any sense. What other stress streams do you have?
What other what?
What other types of stress streams do you have? Do you want to share? You don't have
No,
to.
not really.
Okay. Do you ever have a stress stream where, you know how like YouTube sometimes will just dip out and it'll just cut up a word? Do you ever worry that like it's going to dip out and cut out a word, cut out syllables when you're saying Niagara and suddenly you're canceled? I'd have stress streams about that.
I do not have stress streams about that. I have confidence that my audience knows that I wouldn't actually say that word.
Fair enough. I did get tricked one year. This was back when I had a channel called Our/News.
No, the N-word.
Yeah. And so, by the way, this is a joke, but it's not a joke because those are the types of stress streams I have. Really silly premise stress streams that I get canceled for, like when somebody came on to my old channel R/News and was like, hey, I have my son, he's autistic like you, and he just loves you, super chatted. Would you just give him a shout out? His name is Nick. And it would just mean so much. Oh, last name is Gurr. And I somehow that day my brain didn't put it together and I got tricked. And now I'd like it if you would send your money for the Niagara Falls. That's what a segue.
So Noel Aguirre. I know I could figure that out if I gave enough time, but it says VVRR is virtual Vice Rhino reality, so it does make sense. And
virtual Vice reality Rhino.
My little geekery sent $5 with the comment LOLZ, lols.
If you made VR content, Vice Reality is a solid name. Virtual Rhino less, but Vice Reality. Virtual Rhino's a furry site. Like that's what that is. That would be a room in a VR chat, which is fine for people who like that. I'm just saying you'd be setting an expectation that I don't think you're ready to fill. I don't know you. I don't know your personal life, but I don't think so. I think it would have come up by now. You know. Anyway, this is depressing. There's only $97 left to 7,000. So I will match my first $100 if somebody gets us over the 7,000 mark before 8:15, which is 3 minutes from now, 9:15. Before you get the donations in now, get us over, and I'll match my first $100.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. We're losing $100 of Jimmy match if you guys don't give $100 now.
Goddamn right. You want it? You want it?
I
Take
want
it.
it. I want it. I want it so
Get
bad.
us, get us over. Technically, it's I'm offering more a slightly higher amount than the match because I'm only asking for $97. Actually, $98.31. I'm
Look at you, Mr. Fancy Math Man.
I know. It's I actually like math. I'm one of those. I'm one of those tists.
So I literally have a spreadsheet as a doc in OBS right now that I can type in the current amount that we have raised and it'll tell me what's left, because so many times during this fundraiser I've been like, oh, we've got like 400 left, and I'm just completely wrong.
We're getting close. We're getting
So
there.
like we have $3,086 left to raise tonight.
That's right.
Come on, guys, let's do this. Let's do this thing.
And if you're thinking of waiting till right before the minute, remember that there's also a delay. So you really, right now is the last moment to make sure we see it in time.
Do it now.
I'm putting the money on the line. Putting the money on the line. What are we ending at right now? 69. Somebody also who agrees that it's overrated, but weed is dope. Changes to a 420. Or if you think that it's fun to, man, I can't believe in 2023, year of our Lord, 2023, people still think numbers hold intrinsic values and are legitimately scared of things like the numbers 666 together.
Oh, I once worked with a lady who, when we had to calculate how much money we had to give to the company at the end of the night in the restaurant, and when my drop totaled $666 right on the nose, I thought that was fucking hilarious. So I went around telling everybody. She refused to go near me for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you fucking serious right now? It's just a number, buddy.
Yeah. By the way, for the person in chat, don't worry about if you can't afford to do it. Obviously, we're not asking anybody who can't afford to, but it is better in moments like this to, instead of saying, I can't, I got to eat, just say, hey, people, I can't. So can somebody donate for me? Just encourage the other people to donate. For
every one person who's watching that can't donate, there's probably like 2 or 3 that could.
Holy shit, are we not going to hit this thing? Because it's already 8:15. We're not going to break that over 7,000.
Oh my God.
We got a chat of slouches.
Freedom Inc. says, I think we could get you two to have an honest, open conversation about young earth creationist / theo-fascist / house fucking speaker Mike Johnson.
Oh my God.
What's to be open and honest about? He's a fucking douchebag.
Yeah. What did I see? He said, what was his most recent stupid thing he said? It was something real stupid. If this goes from 8:15 to 8:16 in front of me, and we haven't gotten over the 7,000 mark, that's gonna really twist my pajantes. Yeah. I will tell you, Vice, if you can get them to register with, oh shit, I can't remember what the name of the thing is. I can send you, because I just helped a charity that I help out here in Austin get all set up with it, and it should be fixed sooner. But if you can get it to where people can donate via basically the super chat way, it's way easier. It's so much easier to raise money. Yeah,
for sure, absolutely. I actually am the reason that Project Share can even take donations from the United States. I think people from outside of North America still can't donate, from what I've seen. But they actually specifically had people look into expanding their thing to allow donations from the United States. So
we need that cash. Jesus Christ, we did not.
Hopeful Gamer Plays says, recently had $1,000 e-bike stolen. Could somebody donate $4.20? Because I think that'd be funny and it'd help others who need the money as well.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Donate $4.20 for Hopeful Gamer Plays.
Sorry about that e-bike though.
Yeah, that fucking sucks, man.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that fucking sucks.
It wasn't me. What is the easiest way? Do you have the ability to multi-stream?
I am multi-streaming right now. I'm on Twitch and YouTube right now.
Do you have an extra? Could I give you a stream key and you could stream to the line?
No.
Oh. Well, shit. So you don't have an extra slot open multi-stream?
No, I'm on the free level of Restream, where they're supposed to be branding my thing, but there seems to be a glitch where they're not. So I'm just kind of getting away with it.
Trying to think of the quickest way I could be I could figure this out. Try and get the Lines audience over here and tell them to fucking, well, it just might have to look a little different is probably what the answer is going to be. Because I'm centered there, but I could technically send you my external output too, and I could make that a whole thing. Let's try this. Let me see.
I'm sending you the stream output, so if you stream yourself and just capture my video on Zoom, then that's essentially the, oh, we're at $7,000. We made it.
Woo,
I mean, like,
not in time.
Not in the time frame, but we're there.
Not in time.
Rosina Keller sent 6132 asking, can I get an uwu from Jimmy?
Okay, I'll give you an uwu. But we're not, there'll be a new price match challenge because we did not hit it in time. But by the way, Rosina, am I right in that it's actually pronounced Roshana or Roshina? I think it's not pronounced Rosina, but I can't remember the way it is pronounced. So send that guy. But Roshana, I think it's Roshana. Wants a
Roshana?
Uwu. Hang on, let me see if I can do a uwu. Can I get a uwu? Does this douche nostril Jimmy have a Twitch as well? Kind of, but I very rarely have been on it lately. But
okay. Roshina is saying that you are right. It is Roshina. Not Rosina. Yeah. I apologize for getting it wrong this whole time. You can correct me, you know. If I say your name wrong on stream, feel free to like correct me. Although, to be fair, there's a good chance that that she did correct me, and I just never saw it because I miss a lot of the chat messages. What like on my watering hole streams, when I go and edit them into clips to re-upload, oftentimes I will see things in the chat that I'm like, oh, I had no idea that conversation was going on. I probably would have said something about that if I'd have seen it.
How do I? Sorry, I'm solving problems. I want output 2 to be input 1, and then I want to change my output to you be.
I can already hear Shannon yelling at us across the continent saying, "Nerd."
It's for money. It's for charity.
I know.
You're the nerd.
Oh, no. Jimmy has turned into bars.
All right, let me see if I can fix it without changing my output again, because I want it to actually work as, okay. So video output, send more money, please.
Oh, Mark Fernkopf says, does that get us Rhino nipple? If we get to $8,000 tonight, I will show you my nipples on stream.
Oh my God.
Both of them.
Wait, first of all, you never give away something like that you need to make that the $10,000 goal. For the record, I take it from a guy who shaved his head for only 250 patrons. I've
already said for another $1,000 I will show my nipples on stream.
No.
So let's say if we get to $10,000 tonight, Jimmy will show his nipples on stream.
No, that's not true. I'm not showing. I've said this many times before. Okay, that didn't work. I've said this many times before.
How much?
I would rather my dick pics leak than pictures of me casually shirtless.
Oh, who said it's casual? Fuck that.
Well,
the Hollywood sign is proof of the Nephilim says, how much for lingerie, Rhino? That video is already on my channel and it's public, so you can just go see that now.
I might do lingerie, but y'all ain't seeing. I've described my nipples. They're hot pink. They're the color hot pink. Anything you ever think of is like a true hot pink would look like blah, blah, blah. It is my nipples. Just in case anybody was wondering. All right, I'm going to stop external, then I'm going to try and start it again and see if that works. No, geez. Oh, geez, guys. I don't know.
Is that your Morty?
Yeah, it's not very good, but it's my Morty. I try, okay. External output settings.
Okay. Do you guys really want to see me in lingerie? You really want to see me in lingerie? Here's the answer that because I was hanging out.
Okay. It's kind of working, but am I now like down to 3 frame rates? What the fuck?
Something like that. Something like that. Yeah. Didn't you just tell me you just got brand new fucking awesome internet?
This isn't the internet doing it, because if you look at the Zoom preview, it looks great. The little window.
Sure.
Well, it does on my end. The capture window looks great. So something weird about the that is weird.
It's your PC. Your PC sucks.
But I don't understand. My capture window is not down to 3 frame rates. But somehow it's sending only 3. What do I need to do here? External to...
Have you tried just not sucking?
Not a day in my life, sir.
So someone sent $100.
Hell yeah.
That was Mark Rothenberger. Says, take care, everyone. With $100.
Capture device still in use. Very good. Okay, this is not.
I showed the video of me in lingerie and we dropped YouTube viewers.
Uh-oh. They're probably bored of Jimmy trying to figure out what is the line. Jimmy's just over here doing production nonsense because he broke stuff.
Well, I think you broke stuff on my end as well, because like I am people are saying they're getting the buffering wheel.
Well, I didn't do that.
I don't know. On my end it says I've got an excellent connection.
How could I make your YouTube channel buffer?
I don't know. Because you're special.
Well, that's true.
So we need. We still need $2,899.99.
That's right. I'm figuring it out. We're gonna.
There we go. Thank you, Mark. Where's the fucking message? God damn it. Okay, my chat where I can highlight things seems to be behind everything else. But, there we go. Mark says, and yes, Vice Rhino, you pronounced my name incorrectly, LOL. Mark Rothenbuehler?
Rothenbuehler, dude.
Ferris Bueller?
Rothenbuehler. Rosenbuehler. Yeah, you have to yell it. Rosenbuehler! Capture device is still in use. Close any programs and try again. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, maybe I have to. Hang on, let me.
God damn it, Jimmy. You're turning the stream into tech support with Jimmy and Rhino.
Well, I was trying to get the show up on the line as well and trying to make sure that doesn't make weird sound issues and stuff since my vMix isn't.
I was just trying to be sexy with my Vice Rhino or with my lingerie video. So there we go. There's me in lingerie.
That's
with some appropriate censoring.
Haunting. Are you wearing leggings?
No, those are my bare legs.
Oh, so
that is a thong, a tutu, and a teddy.
Okay.
My partner's saying it's not a teddy. I don't know what that is, but it's a thing. I will take this off the screen when we get to 7,200.
That's right. If you want that gone, you got to do the work.
Got to donate money to charity if you don't want to see that.
You're goddamn right. Okay. I think I can now at least get myself back on the screen easily enough. There we go. Yeah, but now we're back down to
oh god damn
terrible
it, Jimmy.
Frames.
You are terrible at this.
This is the
you're making me look like a pro here, Jimmy. So
this
thanks.
is the way I was originally on. This is not a thing that this is the old way.
Roshina says, but I want to see this. Okay, then donate $100 and I'll zoom in.
I didn't do this. I didn't do any of it. There's worse shit on the news. Why does this look like shit? Fuck. Man, I don't know what I did.
I don't know what you did either.
Let's do this. Let's go.
What did you do, Jimmy? What did you do?
Now let's change my thing to a direct video capture. That's more frames.
Yeah, I'm you're like moving properly now.
Yeah,
You're moving like a human again.
hopefully that's a okay number of frames per second. Doesn't look very
I've got people in my chat being like, "This is Jimmy's job." LOL.
well. Look, I'm not running the production today, but now I'm trying to kind of run some production to try and get this up on the second channel because I think the people at the line would be happy to give us a little boosts if I can figure it out. If I can figure it out.
We haven't gotten a single donation since I said if you want my me and lingerie to go away, donate $100. So I assume that means that everybody is really attracted to me and lingerie. Everybody in the chat right now loves to see my censored penis. And the painting in the background is appropriately by a guy named Robert Wood.
Hell yeah.
Also, my partner's... Okay, Jimmy, let me get your opinion on this. My partner says that my room there is yellow. I say it's orange. What say you?
Oh, man. That's tough. Because one, I'm getting the digital version of it. So realistically, what I want to do is screenshot, take it into Photoshop, get a hex code, and then look at it on the color on the side. I
did that, and spoiler, it's orange.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I also think that looks orange up there.
Yeah, and it matches. It's about the same color. Yeah.
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 I would give that I'd give that a, there's enough red in it. Yellow suggests an absence of red. Obviously, there's some amount of it that would be so close. However, I feel that this yellow has clearly turned because of the presence of red. So whose side was I on? Does that mean I was on your side or her side?
I'm on the orange side, but I have started a poll in the YouTube chat.
Okay. All right. Well, but keep in mind, everybody's screen is going to see it differently.
Van Briggs says it's kinky and we want to leave it up for those into it. No, I don't care. As long as orange gets more votes, I don't care about the technical details. I am aware that you are correct there, Jimmy. Not everybody has the color corrected IPS panels that I do.
That's all I needed is for someone to know that I'm right. What happens if I now try to add a camera input to my... Let's see if this breaks everything again.
Probably.
It doesn't even let me add it. Immersed webcam. Could be doing this shit in VR. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And then I need to get, let's see, my audio input is...
Roshina says, isn't Jimmy using a horrible Surface Studio screen?
This is not the device that I am streaming through. I am using a 4090 rig that is mounted to the wall over there because it's such a beast. But this is the screen that I remote into other stuff with, and I will not be shamed. This is like, if this breaks one day, I will be finding another one either secondhand or seeing what they have out at that time, because this has been one of the greatest additions to, I just use Parsec to remote into anything I need. And so the 1070, I think that's in it, is more than enough for remoting into stuff. You will not.
So I still have a computer running a 1050 Ti, not the computer I'm streaming from right now.
This is gonna, okay, wait, muting headphones. That's
so. I don't know if you heard me, but I've got a poll going right now whether our room is orange or yellow. Orange is winning. It's got 84% of the votes right now.
Yeah, from that picture, I agree. It looks orange, but not in real life. It's yellow.
She's pulling the digital card, being like, "No, in real life, it's yellow. It just looks orange in the picture."
You can take, you get a little, go get the swatches from Home Depot. We can end this. Y'all got Home Depot?
Yeah, we got Home Depot.
I don't know.
That's where I get all my appliances from, because I've got the card where I've got like 18 months of interest-free payments.
I like the way Canadians say the word card.
I didn't say card. I said card.
Said card.
No, I said card. I got the card. I got the card. Card.
Card.
We're not saying it the same.
You got the card.
I got the card.
New poll chat. Are we saying it the same? I might look. Impression does include exaggeration, usually slight exaggeration at least.
No, that was not slight exaggeration.
It was like
that was extreme.
I got the card. I got the card that makes the whole world sing. I've got the card of special things. Boom, boom. All right. I think I've got this now situated to where we can go out on the line. And look, do I want to shame the people in the audience today that made this necessary? Yes, I do. Look at me. Get closer to your phone. I could hang on, let me activate the robot. Let me turn the robot on. You know what I'm saying? Turn on the robot. That's not what I meant to do. Yep. What's our IP address for the robot today?
Goddamn, my poll's giving me the wrong answer. They're saying that we did say card the same, but no, we don't.
Card.
I don't say a boot. I say about.
But about is also quite Canadian.
What about?
About.
How
yes,
do you,
you're
how
still
do you
saying
say
it
it?
Canadian.
How do
That's
you
the
say
second.
it?
About.
That's what I say.
You just changed to me. You were saying
No, I did not.
About. I'm super exaggerating now. You put an extra half syllable into about, kind of like the way a person from New Zealand might. About. Yeah, about.
I've got a lovely dick.
It's almost like at, about, whereas you make it out, about, with an OW sound, about. That is quite Canadian.
Van Briggs on Twitch says Jimmy wants us to lick the like button on YouTube, so tongue punch that thumb.
Oh, I was saying get closer like this. Fucking weirdos, back up.
Oh, there we go. We're getting the no. No is winning now. Okay, end poll. Boom, I win because I ended the poll then. Stop the voting. I win now.
Hey, the voting is over. It was a rigged election. It was a rigged vote.
I mean, when it comes to my channel, yes. I control it. Anyway, so did you see the headline about the gay furry hackers?
I'm just going to keep zooming out. Now y'all can see the mess in here.
Oh, hey, I use those same curtains.
Hell yeah.
Those are great curtains.
Amazon special. But
yeah.
Are they the soundproofing one or sound dampening curtains?
Absolutely.
Nice. Noise. Too close. Too fast. I need to, fucking Christ.
The fuck is wrong with you, Jimmy? Down. Jimmy, what the fuck are you doing?
My God, do you have a lot of time?
Oh my God. I got a real pro as my guest tonight, guys.
That's right.
I mean, I say that as a picture of me spread eagled on the bed, censored, and lingerie is on the screen. Because we still haven't gotten that $100 to get that picture down.
That's right. Oh, yeah. Could somebody donate that so that's not up when I start the live stream on the line? I want that to be a surprise we bring in later.
So you want me to take that down now before you go live?
I want somebody right now to donate the money to get it down, and then we'll bring it back as an incentive later for the new, because the new people won't deserve to be punished. Oh, man, somebody's missing an opportunity right now to donate exactly $99.99.
Yeah, to bring it to exactly $7,200.
Mm-hmm. 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 I'm just saying that's a satisfying thing to donate. ADHD takes the wheel.
Wayne Gaffney says ADHD takes the wheel. Yeah, that's this whole thing. Like, I have news articles ready to go in case we like run out of things to talk to or talk about, but like we both have ADHD, so that's not going to happen.
I don't have ADHD.
You don't? You're just the tism?
Just the tism. Yeah, I like look and people whenever I make that correction, people think I'm saying it in some like I'm better than but I don't feel that way at all. It's just it would be wrong of me to autism and ADHD have a lot of thing in common, but so literally like the defining things of ADHD I don't have.
There's actually some research now suggesting that ADHD and autism are the same thing, but like ADHD is a part of the autism spectrum. because
That is
like
a
there's
different-
just such a large overlap that
And that could
it would
be.
it would make sense to consider them like different presentations of the same thing.
The parts of the brain that, or the things that are not happening related to serotonin and dopamine, and the things that like take away focus or make it hard to focus on stuff. I am very capable of the things that if I was suggesting I knew what it was like to have ADHD, and then people were like, yeah, so when like this happens, I'm like, not at all. Like the most important stuff. I think it would annoy people if I pretended to even understand it.
Yeah. So Axel Ignite says, okay, now both of you say the letter Z.
Right. So Z is what I say.
Z makes more sense because...
Does it?
Yes, because...
What's the second letter in the alphabet?
B?
Oh, not bed?
Yeah, no, because there's enough fucking letters that end with E sound. So when you say Z, you hear me say Z. I don't need to phoneticize it to clarify which letter I'm saying. It is just fucking obvious because I said Z.
So
where if you say Z, I have to say Z as in zebra because you might have heard B, you might have heard C, you might have heard D.
Right. But so what you're saying is Z makes sense for
Yes.
one of the least commonly said letters in the language. So if you were going to make this argument, you'd make it for D because D is super common, or T.
Yeah, but
T would be Ted.
Yeah,
or
but
T would be
Jimmy, the important thing here is that I'm not really into the D.
Well, I've heard that, but I've never really believed it. But Z would be, if you needed a letter to, because you're saying now you need me to say Z is in zebra. But like, why would it be Z that you want the specification on? Because
I don't fucking know, but that's the one that my culture says needed the specification.
Right,
so whatever.
Right. It's a ridiculous thing they've done there. C would be the one. And then C would feel good too, because it'd feel like we were adding an extra attribute to it and pretending that the letter C even makes any fucking sense. The letter C makes no fucking sense.
Wait, are you saying C or Z right now?
C is as in Kebra. M is in Nancy. M and N. That's like what? So M should be M and N should be none. It should be M, none, O, P. But we don't do
I can agree with
any
that
other letter. So this logic that you think exists clearly doesn't exist. But seriously, what the fuck is up with the letter C? K should cover all the K sounds to the point.
And S should cover all the S sounds. Yeah.
And I get, look, CH, that makes sense. Maybe it needs its own letter. But and to me, it almost does. But C by itself, people are like, no, well, what about the word cat? That'd be crazy to have a K. You mean like kitten? The other word for cat? That's basically just cat with more syllables? That would be outrageous. That would be nuts to just have cat be K-A-T? We don't need isolated C ever. CH kind of makes sense. I don't know that you would do that with the letter K. KH would, though I've seen like KH chainsaw before. Is that an anime? Why do I know chainsaw with a K? I don't remember. Anyway.
Jasta says, why not Alpha, Beta, Charlie, Delta, Epsilon? Because that's a pain in the ass. Nobody knows that except for pilots and military people.
I've been taking piloting lessons in VR.
So I flew actual planes when I was 16 and 17 in that.
Yeah, we're basically
area.
the same.
Yeah, sure.
I've got a digital yoke, little Logitech thing, little throttle, and last night I was flying a Boeing 747 over Austin, Texas.
I have been in an actual spin where if I had failed to recover, I would have died.
Yeah, me too. I saved everybody on
that
flight.
Press X to doubt.
It's the wheel does have an X on it because it's an electronic version. But anyway,
we don't seem to be getting the extra $100 from my audience, so I'm just gonna go back here and then you can start the stream if you haven't already.
I'm very disappointed in you, Rhino audience.
Yeah,
that first $7,000 means nothing.
This will be the first year that they have let me down. I've blown past my goal every other year.
Hurts my feelings. Hurts my feelings,
My
people.
partner's given me a look.
What kind of look?
Oh, she wants me to tell my audience that I appreciate them. You're a good audience who gives me money and stuff so that I can feed my children and her children, I guess.
I see what she's saying, because lying is a good marketing strategy. Yeah. This was great. This was great, people. Be proud of yourself.
Lying is a good marketing strategy.
She's smart. She's a smart one. All right, let me get it all set up then over there. I also need to let me grab.
I thought you were all set up. You just had to hit go live or some shit.
No, I hadn't done that part yet, but we're almost there. Oh, I was close, but I didn't have your links yet, but now I do. Oh my God, I'm so close. So close right now. Let's see. Stream. Let's just do the, I have only used the, the like just go live now setting on YouTube. I think I've used it thrice ever.
Well, I hit go live, and then it's like, are you sure you want to go live, or do you want to schedule one? And then I hit schedule, because I don't know of any other way to get to the schedule button.
Jimmy and Vice Rhino are hanging and raisin heck.
I like raisins.
And then I'm going to put heck equals charity money.
No,
Charity.
put Rhino nipples at $1,000.
Well, I don't need to get demonetized automatically. It's it will suppress us. If
are you using my charity stream to make money for yourself, Jimmy?
No.
Oh,
but yes,
well,
but
I
no.
am. Well, I am.
No. The thing I was going to say,
mine's monetized, and I'm not sending the money to charity.
If Nipples gets demonetized, it also suppresses the reach.
Okay. Sure,
I'm trying to maximize reach.
Sure, that's what we're going with.
Because sometimes things aren't what you want them to be, and so you have to really reach like around. You gotta
give a good reach around. Yeah, it's always good to have a good
reach around on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's change this to public. There once was a fish. Wait, there once was a fish that no, not fish, ship. There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship
was the belly
was
of
a
tea.
belly of tea. Winds blew up.
That's not what I was going for with the tune, but sure.
I fucking love shanties.
Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum.
See, it sounds like you said weatherman.
That's because I forgot the words for a second there, so I stuttered.
Okay.
I remembered I remembered right after I said it, and like, oh shit, that was the wrong word, wasn't it?
Soon may the weatherman come to tell us whether
Wellerman.
we're gonna die.
I know it's Wellerman.
Not
Chill
anymore.
out, chat.
It's not Wellerman anymore.
It's Weatherman until you send $500 to charity.
That's right. Assholes.
Soon may the weatherman come.
Send $100. Someone send $100 if you'd like us to abuse you into donating more money. Tell you how disappointed
I'll sing
we are.
more unless you send $1,000.
Tell you how much better we think your brother is than you. That's getting too real for me. It's funny because I've been reading a book. I just started reading a book on attachment styles, and it's like, and here's the attachment style you would see typical for people who aren't going to grow up very well adjusted, basically like outlining the way parental abuse can cause unhealthy attachment styles in children. And it just was like, so here's an example of a bad thing. Here's an example of a bad thing. And I'm literally just like, mom did that. Dad did that. Mom and dad teamed up for that. Mom and dad got grandparents in the mix for that one.
So I am the proofreader for all of my partner's projects. So like I'm very familiar with this sort of thing right now.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna hit stream now. So let's pretend we're professional for a second.
Just fucking professional. What the fuck is that?
5, 4, 3, 2.
Jimmy's never seen Les Mis.
I was gonna go with. I also might be demonetizing it right from the onset. Let's see if that actually got us live, though. Are we live? Yeah. Hey, people over at the line. So this is Vice Rhino, and he's doing a charity stream over on his channel right now, and we're talking about all kinds of funky stuff and having funky times and doing funky rhymes.
Showing off myself in lingerie.
That's right. That's right.
Don't worry, it's censored when it needs to be.
When it needs to be, when necessary, when the time is right. Anyway, we decided to come over to y'all because we're having a heck of a time. This is, it turns out, the last day of the fundraiser.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't do this all myself because it turns out Vice Rhino is not aware that I am not popular. He thought be a smart last
You think I'm not aware of that? You know, every time I have you stream with me, I always have like 5 or 6 people being like, "Oh, that Jimmy Snow asshole? No, I'm not watching this one." I am aware of that.
Oh no, you don't like me? Oh God. I'm fucking
But I also know that you have no shame. So when I need someone to say, "Hey, give me money for charity," you're the guy to go to because you just have no shame. You're like, "Fuck it. You guys all suck if you don't give money."
I will say it's more of that I keep my shame far away from people's. It is funny though. There's a funny thing that happens on YouTube where if you share something that you're actually insecure about, you'll start getting flooded with those insults and emails. So there's one person who a while back I had said something like, "I don't care if somebody says I find Jimmy annoying. I don't care if people like to spread the rumors people have fucking made up about me." I honestly, like, stuff like that used to bother me. Now it rolls off my back.
Apparently you pay for friends. You've never paid me. Where's my money, Jimmy? Come on, man. You pay for friends, but you've never paid me.
I raised.
Okay, yeah, you raised money for charity for me. Sure.
The expected video resolution is 20. Yeah, I was gonna say I've done that, but no, yeah, that's true. I've said that. I do. The people here are. Oh shit! I see what it's saying. Do I have that set to? Well, look, if everybody can see it, YouTube can just deal with it. I'm accidentally.
If you are sending them the link to donate for charity, when we get to $8,000, I will show my nipples on stream.
That's right. That's right. For some reason, he did an extremely low nipple on stream a threshold. And now I am also apparently one of those channels. I think it's going to force me to. Is it going to force me? Erie, you need to change the video resolution. The current resolution is.
God damn it, Jimmy. What? We spent like a third of the stream with you just figuring out tech shit.
I know. That's true. That's true. But in fairness, tech shit that I wasn't anticipating needing to do. If I very briefly, okay, because it looks like I have to manually end the stream anyway, right? I'd have to hit end stream, maybe not.
I don't fucking know. It's your channel.
If I
this is your fucking job, Jimmy.
People, if you're watching right now, it's going to very briefly go offline. I don't think it's going to require it to create a new event, but it might.
It's going to.
If you're watching on the line, okay, it's going to like pause and be freaky for a second.
You're just tanking your shit right now.
I'm breaking the whole thing, but I'm doing it for charity. I'm doing it for you. I learned it from watching you, Dad.
You're doing it for the people of the Niagara region.
Well, okay, here's the thing. Here's my hot take about that. I'm just kidding.
People from Niagara fucking suck.
Fucking, do they even deserve it?
You know what? I know a lot of people from Niagara, and they do suck.
That's true, but there's a lot of them who don't. That's like just people everywhere.
But also, like, you know, it doesn't matter if you suck. You deserve basic human dignity. So, like, if you need to avail yourself of a food bank, which Project Share, that's one of the things that they do, one of many things that they do, I don't begrudge you food, even if you suck as a human being.
Yeah. Yeah, so people, there's a link in the description. I'm going to start spamming it in our live chat over here as well. If you will go and hit that and donate any amount that you can, that you feel comfortable. This is an annual thing that Vice Rhino does. It is freaking awesome. And let's do this. How many people we've got? We've gathered about 100 people so far over on the line. If we can, out of that 100 people, get to, let's see. So we need $900 to get to 8,000. If we can get that $1,000,
I will show my nipples on stream.
Well, that too, but for that part's not as important to this audience. If we could get that to $8,000 in, let's say, the next 8 minutes by 9 o'clock, I will throw in. Basically, I'm going to do a 25% match, though it's not actually 1,000. It's 850. I'm going to throw my 250 in if we hit $8,000 by the new hour.
Yeah,
but you gotta go fast.
Van Briggs 333 on Twitch says $1,000 for Vice Rhino to put on the tassels and clamps.
Hell yeah.
I don't actually have tassels, and I think one of our clamps is lost.
Oh, that sucks.
So,
by the way, people, this is to me one of the most feel good types of charities there are, because what you're doing is you're contributing to a food share, a food kit. What do they call them in Canada?
Food bank?
Just food bank. They call them that here too. But you need to work in the words about as the way you say about.
About.
And,
about.
What was the other one I told you? You said very Canadian earlier.
I don't remember.
My memory sucks. My short term, my index sucks. My memory's actually very good. My indexing software is dog shit. So
yeah, I can relate to that.
Do you remember the conversation we had about blah, blah, blah? And I'll go, nope. And then they'll start going. And then I'll be like, I feel rude because right now I want to tell you to shut up because you're going to recap this whole conversation. And I now remember it. So please shut up. But anyway, this is a feel good charity because we're getting it on the holiday times too, where it's a great charity, but it also feels extra good because they're going to help people who around this time don't have the resources to be able to have like a nice Christmas dinner and that sort of thing. And so I especially like contributing to these kitchens and stuff around the holidays. And look, we should do it all year round, but let's be realistic. We would have to set the goal to $10 if we were doing this just in like April. I get it, because during the holidays at the time. So generally what happens is you do these big surges for charity in these special times, and then they are good about distributing that through the year. But right now, you're going to be able to directly affect how much help they're going to be able to give to people during the holidays, which is a terrible time to not be able to do things with family. I feel like I do streams on holidays for this reason of like how depressed.
Again, if I could reiterate that last year, my fundraiser alone raised 30% of their third-party donations. So, like, my audience is a not insignificant part of their annual funding.
Hell yeah.
Lisa Boban gave $50 saying, for all the joy you give me all year long, this is the least I can do. Thank you so much, Lisa. And Kathleen Moncrief sent $100 with no message. So thank you, Kathleen.
Kathleen's amazing. Kathleen's so great.
So we are now at 72. Oh no, we're at we went up
75.
We went up more. Need to refresh again. So Brian Stiles sent $25, no message.
Brian, hell yeah. Oh, I'm so glad Brian's here. Brian, I've lived in Texas for a year and a half now, and somehow we haven't lined up a way to at least fist bump. We got to figure that out. But Brian, I'm happy that you're here and that you're helping out. That's fucking awesome. Thank you, man.
We still have $2,724.99 to go to hit our goal.
Right. And people, seriously, go get them in for $10, $5, whatever you can do. And let's give it. All right. I'll give it. That was a very small amount of time. And I understand to raise $1,000. I'm not going to add a ton because we're trying to get it done fast, but I'll give you until 10 after the hour, but get them in now. If you've got a request, any message that you put in, we can read the messages out. If you want me to say something weird in Trump voice or have ChatGPT write a haiku about something, if you want a haiku read by Trump about a certain topic, go donate at least $50 and put what you want the topic to be. Let me also make sure that okay. Also, don't super chat. I don't think anybody has. I think if I disable super chatting, okay, someone did. So
wait, you can disable super chatting? Like specifically just super chatting?
Yeah, you can, but I think it's actually not good for your algorithm to do. So I will make sure this additional, please nobody else super chat. But $10, I'll make sure this extra $10 gets pushed through.
I owe $35 of super chats from previous streams, but because this charity is so small, they're not registered with YouTube. So when you send a super chat, we have to then donate that ourselves, and YouTube still takes their 30% cut because they don't see it as a charity. So I do have a little scroll thing on the bottom saying not to super chat.
Yeah, so don't. But to answer the question someone asked, what sexuality are you if you're attracted to gals and guys but are single? Your sexuality has nothing to do with whether you are single or not. So it would be if you weren't single, it would be the same thing. It doesn't. Being single doesn't matter. So that to me sounds like you are bisexual or pansexual if you are trans accepting or you aren't much fussed with. Pansexuality tends to be more like I don't really care what your gender is, but also I'm trans accepting. That's the main reason why I use the term pan instead of bi. It's a type of bisexuality, just to say I am bisexual, and with a single word say trans accepting. But lots of bisexual people are trans accepting.
I mean, there's also things like I would call myself straight, but I do not. I haven't dated trans women, but I haven't ruled them out.
Sure.
I actually I struck out trying to hit on a trans woman once because she was too good for me. And okay, my partner's telling me I've ruled trans women out, but I think that's because I've just ruled everyone out except for her. I think that's what. Yeah, she just smiled and nodded. So
that's
yeah,
good.
that's
good. Good old fashioned. I'm quite polyamorous, so I'm like now I'm gonna.
Elizabeth Chris just sent $100.
Hell yeah. Thank you. Let me see if I can start seeing these. Liz Chris. Thank you so much, Liz Chris. We very much appreciate that. We've only got a few more minutes to, if you want that $250 surge from me to make it into there, to get that over just the $8,000 mark.
And if you want to see my nipples.
And if you want to see his nipples. Again, that part's not important.
Are you sure about that? It's important to me, Jimmy. It's important to me.
I remember, so at the beginning of the year, I was like, hey, we're launching this Patreon, and if we get 250 members before the month is over, on the Lines Patreon, I'll shave my head bald and go down to a goatee, and I'll cosplay Dillahunty for a couple shows. And they did that shit in like 4 days. They were like, fucking, why would you pick such a low number? And because you can't, it's not exciting for me to do again. And that's like a big thing to do. To shave all of this away. I did it for so few patrons, and so that's still my main criticism is doing it for so few dollars.
I don't know. At what point do I show the video of me in lingerie again?
Well, let's pull up some news articles.
Some news articles. Okay.
Get them in, people. We need that. We need that money. We need that money. Money. Help feed people around this holiday time of year and support Project Share in Niagara.
A Florida GOP leader who is the husband of the Moms for Liberty founder has been accused of rape. And the person that has accused him of rape is also apparently formerly the unicorn of their threesome.
Oh, wow.
So, good Christian values there. Now, like, this is one of those things where it's like, if you're going to have a polyamorous relationship or an open relationship or a throuple or whatever other label you want to apply to it, everybody's just like, okay, whatever. Nobody fucking cares. But when you're doing it while heading a group that's like, no, we must have heterosexual Christian relationships, one man, one woman, nothing else is acceptable. Then it's like, no, now you're just being a fucking hypocrite.
Well, I mean, true to Christianity, it doesn't count because there wasn't consent, it sounds like.
Well, no, towards the end, like there was consent at the beginning, but it was like towards the end, I'm not reading the whole thing, but like.
No, are you able to raise the resolution though? I'm on Zoom. What's coming to me? That shit's blurry as hell to me.
Yeah, well,
it seriously looks like Lord of the Rings text on my, part of that is my,
no, I'm not without doing a bunch of stuff that's going to have us not.
Oh, no, mess it all up. Okay.
Well,
It's all good.
I could, where are we?
Just want to see, by the way, I'm realizing that as people are watching, there's probably a delay between my audio and, maybe I should put that little window larger because I'm realizing you're all seeing the Zoom stream, but my mic audio is going to be live. So my apologies for that. I will try to. I mean, I do have this other little window that you're all seeing. Maybe that's
Is
what
that
you're looking
better?
at.
Is that better?
I just leave it like this. It's actually the preview screen that I'm.
I mean,
having a
I'm not
problem.
really reading this anyways. I just mostly wanted to point out that they're just being a bunch of hypocrites.
Yeah. Well, you heard about in Philadelphia, right? The Moms for Liberty leader, who
Yes.
was a man,
Yep.
a
Yeah.
cis man.
Yeah.
Which I like. That's just starting there. Why is it that Moms for Liberty group leaders are not moms? I haven't figured that out yet. But
Yeah. Nope.
they literally like, we're trying to protect the children. Da, ba, da, ba, da, ba, da. Anyway, here's a local chapter, and who's right there at the tippy top? A pedophile.
Mm-hmm. Every
Fucking-
accusation is an admission.
It's
Scott D, who I feel like that's Scott Dillahunt, says, a little extra. I got my 50,000th NaNoWriMo word listening to this stream, so spreading the happiness. I don't know what that means, but thank you for your donation of $15.68.
you're the best.
Chuck Hammersmith gave $25. Paramount X says, buy yourself, Jimmy, damn it, not bisexual.
By yourself, got it. Yeah, you're by. I get it. For a person who is single, but like, I get it. Maybe the whole
okay.
thing is a setup for a joke.
Maybe. Maybe. But,
Only a few more minutes though. We need $560, $559.41. And by the way, one of the things we were doing earlier, people, please help us with this. People keep making the ending 69. I think the ending should be 420 or 666 because I think that 69 is overrated. And much like eating butt, more people like talking about it than actually doing it. And
that's accurate.
Yes, I feel we should. Whereas 420, 666, not overrated at all.
So NaNoWriMo is National Novel Writing Month, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, throw us those donations. Let's get them in, people, for Project Share. What fuck, I was gonna pull something up and I fucking forgot it. God fucking damn it. Shit. Oh, I was gonna have ChatGPT write a poem about Liz Chris. Write a poem where the end of each line rhymes with Liz Chris and thanks Liz for being an awesome supporter. Let's find out what happens. I was hoping it would be a little bit better at the
Michael Narum says, just go big Jimmy, $696,000, 664.
That's right.
Yeah.
696666420, whatever that number comes out to.
Sure.
The link is in the description, people. Please hit that link up. Let me go ahead and make sure to get the link back in the live chat as well. Yeah, hit that there. Your streaming skills suck. God damn it. I'm just kidding. I know. Things are going to be off. That's why I move. Oh, I got to move the video again because you moved you. All right, here we go. I'll make
God
it.
damn it. So wait, is it easier for you if I just stay here?
I already fixed it.
Okay.
But now
Okay.
fix it.
Okay.
Now,
Okay. No. It's good.
Whatever. Only 4 more minutes. We need another about $559.41 in the next 4 minutes. Pretend it's 3 because of the delay. So that we can get the link is in the description. It's
I mean,
also
I have to go to bed at some point, so we actually need another $2,559 to get to our goal because this is the last day of the fundraiser.
right. That's the other thing, people. We also have to just be able to finish. We have to just be able to leave. I hate when I don't get to finish.
I know, right? Just
Worked.
eternal edging.
All right, y'all want to hear this Liz Chris poem from ChatGPT-4?
You hit me.
In the light that glimmers with a shine like frizz, there's a soul that sparkles brighter than showbiz. In moments of joy and times of a tizzy stands Liz, a beacon making everything jazzy.
What?
It's
No.
rhymed tizzy
No.
with jazzy. Now,
No.
look,
Fuck
I'm
off,
glad it
ChatGPT.
didn't write jazzy with an I, but that wasn't right. Anyway,
Okay.
through storms and calms. Go ahead. Sorry.
Fun fact about Star Wars is that there is actually a genre of music in the Star Wars universe, and this is canon, that is called jizz, and the musicians who play jizz are known as jizz wailers.
Okay. All right.
So that's the cantina scene from A New Hope. That's a bunch of jizz wailers playing their jizz.
I have a theory. Is everybody broke because we just had Black Friday?
Ooh, maybe.
Is it actually a mistake to end this on the last day of the month, right after Black Friday?
Is that why Vulgarity for Charity ends before Thanksgiving?
Yeah,
maybe that's why they do that. Yeah,
you'd probably want to go like into December a little bit. But anyway, people, seriously, only 2 minutes. Get in donations now, even if it's only $5, $10. Links in the description, links in the live chat. Get those donations in right now so that we can get that. If we get that over $8,000 in only 2 minutes. So we need them now. Get them in. I'm gonna throw an extra 250 onto it, and we'll all be feeding people together during this holiday time. Looks like someone just popped in $100, maybe. Is that what just happened?
Looks like about that.
Yeah.
Kevin Adams sent $100.
Kevin, you're amazing. So now we only need another $459.41. But seriously, if you think that 69 is overrated, help us change the last digits.
I think 7,500 is enough for seeing me in lingerie.
Okay.
Can you reframe that so people can see it on your channel?
You're like, all right, here we go. Here we go, people.
You ready? You ready?
It's ready.
Okay, here's me in lingerie.
Bitch, I'm stylish. Glock talk, big t-shirt, Billy. Watch on my wrist, but
So, yeah, there's
we
like
all know now what parts of TikTok you're spending most of your day on, by the way.
Yes, I know. I'm aware of that. But there are a grand total of I think 2 videos on my channel that I had to censor myself for this. I have to say that is the weirdest video editing experience when you are looking at pictures of yourself where it's like, oh, that's my penis. I have to blur that.
Yeah. Blur the wiener.
And it's like,
the wiener.
And you have to go frame by frame to make sure that the blur is following you properly and it's not like poking out anywhere because that could lead to channel deletion and shit. So it's like, that is the weirdest part of my job that I've ever had to do by far, is like looking like frame by frame, analyzing my crotch to make sure my penis is properly blurred.
That's got to be an odd experience.
It is.
We could do it.
Have you not had that experience, Jimmy? Have you not had to blur your penis?
No. The only videos I've ever made with them, it would ruin the purpose of the video to have done such a thing. I'm giving like another moment for people if they wanted to jump in here and get that over, because we've already closed the gap quite a bit. We only need $334.41, 31 cents, to close that gap and get it to over the 8,000 mark. Get them in right now. Get them in quick and get them going. Otherwise, man.
So Ross Settles says, Katie gave me good advice today. Arden, I love the line, Vice Rhino, your podcast is fun to listen to. Thank you, Ross. So yeah, if you don't know, my regular videos, I also release them as a podcast. You can find them on most of your podcast apps.
That's tight.
I'm not on whichever one it is that Joe Rogan is on, because Joe Rogan is like, I couldn't in good conscience be like, oh, the people that would pay him $100 million to spew his misinformation will also pay me to be there. Like, that feels dirty. So I'm not on that platform, but all the other ones I'm on.
To me, it's...
I guarantee you can find stuff on those other ones that I would also not like to be associated with. But like the Joe Rogan thing was so high profile that I felt it necessary to be like, no, I needed to like actually take a stand here.
To me, it's a losing game. I mean, like, you're streaming on Amazon's platform right now. It's impossible to be ethical. Like but I'm a dirty socialist. There's no such thing.
Yeah.
No ethical consumption under capitalism. Jimmy can't math. I think I mathed right. Let's see. We need $334.31. That's correct. What do you mean? That take us 31 would take us to 330. What are you suggesting I got wrong? Oh, 434. That's why. We need 434. Get it in there, people. Please, put it in.
Stick it right
Put
in.
it in. Get it in. Here's some more of the Liz Chris one. Through storms and calms, a friend who never fizz. Liz, your warmth radiates, a true whiz. With laughter and smiles, life's a quiz. Yet you conquer it all, doing it with a swizz. So here's a shout, loud as a pop quiz. You know, pop quizzes, which are loud. Thanks, Liz, for being amazing, a support biz. In the tapestry of life, an artisan of bliss.
I told you, I told you at the beginning, Chat GPT fucking sucks at the artistic shit.
Let's see, who else? I think, let's see, I'm going to pick somebody else to make something about here. Ross, I'm really glad that worked out. Kathleen's always awesome. Let's do right to Eminem style versus about a doctor named Kathleen. What's that?
Before you get into that, Fishia says, Vice Rhino, I love listening to your YouTube videos as a podcast while I shower. Probably some of the most relaxing experiences I consistently have. So I also listen to podcasts in the shower, but the thing is, like, I bring my phone into the shower and I like put it up on like the little ledge and have the speaker firing towards the wall, and that kind of amplifies it. On multiple occasions, my partner has called me while I'm in the shower, and the vibration of my phone has caused it to like fall on the ground and be covered in soap and shit. So it, yeah. Podcasts in the shower are a fun endeavor if you actually use like a Bluetooth speaker or whatever to do it properly. Oh, Elizabeth Chris gave us another $66.60.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Liz Chris. That we're not hitting our match goals makes me super fucking sad, but I do think asking for money right after Cyber Monday, Black Friday might be the thing that we're running in.
I didn't put conditions on my match, so we've raised enough that I'm putting my 500 in.
Yeah. Oh, I'm putting conditions on people. Okay. First of all, I asked for 2 verses, but this is more than 2 verses. Yo, okay. Check it.
Here's you read the poem. I really have to pee, so I will be right back.
It's a rap. A doc with a heart on the med scene in the halls of healing. She is the queen, facing down illness, serene and keen. With a scalpel in hand, she's a surgical fiend, cutting through problems, sharp and clean, supporting her voice, strong and unseen, like a backbone, solid, not mean. In the clinic where the sick convene, she's a light, a hope on her team. She leans with words so kind, not a shred of mean. Kathleen's the best doc that you've ever seen. Under pressure, she's calm, not a shred of green. Handling crisis, scenes so extreme. Patience champion, in her they believe. Kathleen Moncrief makes miracles routine. That's right. You donate. That was $100 donation for the record. That's why we're getting more fancy. That's why we're getting more fancy with the raps and the rhymes and the things. If somebody wants something funny like that from ChatGPT and for me to read it out so ridiculously, that would be the way to go. Thank you again so much, Liz Chris, for the 6660. Now we're ending in 29. So here's the thing. Somebody, if you would send a donation that ends in 2.11, so you could send $42.11. As long as the last 3 digits are 2.11, you could change the ending of that number to 420. So somebody send something ending in 2.11 and help us. I want that 420 to get some love tonight, because so far it's only been 69s getting the love. That very overrated. They say it's a very overrated number, 69, and frankly, nobody wants to do it with me, so it's very overrated. That must be why. That must be the reason why, because we are people who would do that if it was a good thing, but if no one wants to do that with me, it must be because nobody likes it, because nobody likes, not me. It's not me they don't like. It's that. I gotta work on the gotta grind it up. A, B, C, D, because people are saying that they do not like 69, but they do like 420. They like 420. They like it very much. I like it very much.
I'm back. Do we have more money?
Not yet. I was rapping.
Rapping.
Yeah, I was reading the rap of and then I was telling people that someone do a donation that ends in $2.11 so that we can get the 420 on the board at least a little bit tonight. It just makes me sad that 420 has gotten. Oh, I also
420 just gets the shaft.
All right. 420 is not correct. That's bad math. And somebody's probably already pointed out. Why did I say 191? You're right. I still can't math. It's late and I'm sick. It needs to end in 191.10. So you could send 2191, 1091, 1191. Technically, you could send 191. Let's get 420. Are you doing Trump or Marge Simpson? You can leave, though. You specifically, I don't need you here. Get the fuck out of here.
You can stay in my chat. I assume that it was Marge Simpson.
Let's hear what your impression is. If you think you can do so much better, if you think that you can beat me, I'd love to see you try.
Oh, homie. No, I can't do Marge.
Hang on. Somewhere.
Actually, to be fair, the voice actor who plays Marge in recent years can't do Marge. Her voice has gotten so much worse because she gets older, and like they've been on the air for what 40 years now, something like that.
That has been a while.
Like you can't expect her voice to stay the exact same this entire time, except the characters have all stayed the same age. So it's like that's not sustainable long term.
Frankly, nobody has complimented my ChatGPT rapping skills, and so I don't know what to extrapolate from that.
I mean, I didn't hear it. I'm just gonna put my lingerie censored self back up until people give more money.
Here's how it started. Yo, check it. Here's the story of Kathleen, a doc with a heart.
Give more money to get Jimmy to stop.
In the halls of healing, she is the queen, facing down illness, serene and keen. Huh?
You sound like you were raised Mormon.
Huh?
You rap like a Mormon.
Huh? That's my impression of Kanye. Huh?
Does Kanye rap like a Mormon?
That's Jay-Z.
SJL sent $100.71 for round numbers. So we're at 77.33. We still haven't hit 420 though. Nobody's given us the 420.
That's pretty. Somebody end your donation now with $1.20.
Especially. Oop. I fucking hate how shorts work. You get me
I know. You're just like, I don't want all this breeze on my shin.
I was going to try and zoom in, but no. When I zoom in, it makes it bigger.
Did you get it?
Smaller. There we go. There it is.
Did you get it? Did you get it?
No, I didn't get it. I didn't get it.
He said, I hate how shorts work. I said, yeah, I don't want all that breeze on my shins.
Okay. I don't know why it's telling me that it's buffering. I paused it, so it shouldn't be trying to buffer. So,
with a scalpel in hand, she's a surgical fiend. I can ride my bikes with no handlebars.
For every dollar we don't get, I'm going to zoom in more.
Oh my God. Let's do a story or something. Let's talk about stuff. Well, people, right now, if you're watching, make sure that you are donating. There is a link in the description. I'm going to throw the link right back in the live chat. Go ahead and hit that link.
So Van Briggs 333 says your ChatGPT rapping skills are unmatched and as amazing as Trump in real life.
You know, people are saying that I am, believe me, because when people are saying who the best rappers are, you know, am arguably always doing freestyle, and if I could rhyme, you would know it was me, that I was the best, but I can't rhyme. I try to rhyme and I can't do it, never, unless I just say the same word. Sometimes I'll say, you know, I'll rhyme insurrection.
That was the perfect time to have a mental break.
I'll rhyme insurrection with can't get an erection, but that's not on purpose. That's just me talking about what I'm thinking about. That's just me saying the words that I'm thinking anyway.
John 73 John says that if that buffering circle physically existed, it looked like it would feel nice at least. Like,
wow.
Be a nice little massage.
Like it's gonna be a little thigh massage.
So anyway, did you know that Parliament is set to the UK Parliament is considering a bill to separate their church and government? Because, you know, like in the UK, the Church of England is the official government religion that I almost said the Queen, because I grew up with the Queen, and King Chuck is just a joke to me.
It's funny though, because it's a lot of it's going to be very, very symbolic. Because right now, you think about they have an official Church of England, and yet the UK is arguably behaving much more like a secular country than the United States.
All the more reason to make the separation official.
For sure. To me, I'm just saying, like, good for them. But you know who really needs to separate church and state? The secular government of the U.S. that has failed to do it.
So probably my favorite part of this, though, is that this is called the Disestablishment of the Church of England Bill, which means that those who oppose it are anti-disestablishmentarianisms.
Right. Or are they just establishmentarianisms?
No, the ones who oppose the bill are anti-disestablishmentarianists.
Right.
This is like the first time in history that word has made sense to use.
If the bill succeeds, a movement of people who want to reinstate it would be reestablishmentarian.
Reestablishmentarianists?
Yeah, reestablishmentarianists. Yeah, that's what they would be.
Hollywood Sign is proof of the Nephilim says, how long until they get rid of the monarchy? I think that's just an established thing there at this point. I don't know. Monarchy sucks. It doesn't make any sense in the modern age. And like,
not a lot does.
King Chuck is a joke.
King Sausage Fingers.
Yeah, like I mean, the joke that I was making is that because like we have the monarch on our money, so there at some point I'm going to get change and it's going to have this guy's face on it. And since the dollar is often shortened to a buck, we now have Chuck Bucks.
Chuck Bucks. Hey, somebody in the chat was like, Jimmy, do say there's many cases as Trump. Cases of anything doesn't matter. Tonight, if you want to give me instructions on things to do as Trump, it's got to come with a donation. You got to hit the link and you got to donate to Project Share for Niagara Falls. Help us feed people during these holiday times. You got to get that. You got to get that cash on the board, and then I'll tell you cases of anything you want.
Jimmy will do anything you want for a price.
That's 1,000% true. But the prices do get outrageous at a certain point. At a certain point, there's not a lot I won't do that. I mean, granted, things that are going to kill me or incapacitate me, those sorts of things, those have the lowest price of all because I don't enjoy living. But the other
my crotch is still buffering. I'm just sad that I'm not going to have to show my nipples on stream.
AI is trying to figure out how to unblur it.
There's not much there to unblur, if I'm honest.
How much more time are we on the air also?
I usually end my streams at 10, so we're already 25 minutes overtime.
Oh my God, people, please.
But this is the last day of the stream. This is the last day of the fundraiser, so I'm like, I got to do my best.
Here's the deal, people. Whatever. Okay. It's 9:25. We're 25 minutes over. So 9:30, 9:35. That's 10 minutes. Whatever you put up in the next 10 minutes, up to $250 since we didn't hit the goal before. So whatever comes in the next 10 minutes, we're starting with a number of 7733 up to 250. I will match, but everybody needs to start fucking doing it now so we can fucking call it a night. But also, people, this is good stuff. This is like the thing that's frustrating is atheists don't donate to charity as much as religious people. Now, listen, some of that is because religious people get to call their churches charities. I get it.
Yeah.
But there is a stigma out there that atheists are sort of these cynical, selfish, blah, 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 blah. If I can appeal to only one thing, let me appeal to the thing that I understand the most, being a piece of shit. And being able to say to people, what the fuck do you mean? I just donated to such and such. Being able to say to religious people like, oh, you gave it to your church with where, the ones that they sometimes spend that money to move sexual abusers around. That's cool. I did it to feed people for Christmas, a holiday I don't even fucking believe in. But I understand the importance of family and community and love and joy and all of that sort of shit. And so Okay,
Anonymous finally got us to a 420 number. Says, two of my favorite interwebs pervs making it stop. But make it stop. So we're at 776420.
And we started at 7733. I'm just writing it down to make sure that I do. So up to $250. I'm gonna match. Fucking people, please make this a good final day of the month. If you're only hearing my plea now, hit the fucking link.
Yeah, we need to get to 7983. Let's just make it an even 8,000. If we get to 8,000, Jimmy throws in 250.
Yeah, that's fine. That's essentially what it.
And then I will show my nipples.
But also, let's just blow right the fuck past it. Like
let's get to the full 10,000. Yeah,
they'll probably hit it. They'll probably fucking put in your fucking.
No, this is the last fucking day. This is it.
This is the last 7 minutes.
Yeah,
people. This is it.
You're talking about giving to churches as a fundraiser, though. Reminded me. As part of working on a video script that I'm doing now, I looked up the church that I went to in 2009 because they were one. So this church, they got their sanctuary significantly renovated, and they didn't know where the money was going to come from for this. They were just using the Matthew 6 thing where oh, God will provide. Put no thought to the morrow. The morrow has enough anxiety of its own or whatever. So God will provide for you. Does he not provide for the birds? And so I wanted to see how's this church doing? And out of curiosity, I looked them up on Google Street View, and it was meme worthy. So let's just here we go. So on the left is the church in 2009 when I attended, and on the right is that same plot of land now. You'll notice it's just a big hole in the ground. So that's what happens when you trust Jesus for your finances.
Can you go back to that real quick? Because my face was in the way for other people, I realized. It looks like Louisiana. Louisiana sucks. Louisiana's a shithole. I said it. All right, you can put it back. People, this is the last fucking 6 minutes. Help us pop that number up. Get us.
Come on, we need less than $300.
Make this a happy November 3rd.
200 and something. 200 and something. 250. Let's just say 250. Give another 250.
$5, $10, whatever is the amount you can do, please do. Please do. To the person saying that if you donate, I'm going to reveal a secret. If it's a secret, why would I promote that? If it's a secret about me, wouldn't I want my privacy maintained? People on the internet are weird.
Hey, so far my nipples are a secret.
Right.
And after another $300 or 220 some odd dollars, I will reveal my nipples. So there's that. I mean, hey, if you get us all the way to 10,000, I won't reveal my nipples. If somebody just donates the extra to get us past the goal, I will keep my nipples to myself, and you don't have to see that.
Oh man. Yeah, you just go in there. It's real easy to do, people.
Oh, we're at 70. We got another $10.
Oh yeah.
Shanonymous. Shanonymous.
And
then in brackets, Carne Verde. Shanonymous.
Do you have a little bit of time after the stream ends here in a few minutes to, I was thinking, I'll tell you about it after, but if you've got 20 to 25 minutes afterwards, I'll do a little something with you quick. How's your...
Maybe. What kind of thing are we talking? Kathleen Moncrief says, save me Jeebus for 6420. Pega Jace sent $100. Thank you, Pega Jace. So we're at 79.38. We're almost there, guys. We just need 17 more dollars. We need $17 and Jimmy throws in his $250.
But also for the fuck of it, y'all could just send a ton more and you could
absolutely
take us out to $10,000.
Hundo P.
Seriously. I know it can be discouraging when you hear people are donating a lot large sums, but $10 sums, $5 sums, whatever you can do, that shit adds up.
I think the minimum on the website that they use is $2.
Yeah.
But every $2 counts.
Fucking jump on there, send a donation, help us out, and help this not be a super, super sad stream. Oh, we missed it.
We got $10 from Anonymous, $25 from Unvoiced Apollo, and another $5 from Anonymous, but that one came with a message. Go fuck yourself, Jimmy.
That's right.
Go
I shit
fuck
on.
yourself.
Go
I think
Jimmy
I think I
yourself,
mathed
anonymous.
wrong on the last one. So yeah, no, we still need like $22.
What does this?
Oh,
say
there we
now?
go. We're past $8,000.
8,000.
We still got another 2,000 to go, but that's nipple territory, baby. So
Come on, people.
if I don't get $2,000 in the next few seconds, you guys are seeing nipple.
Let's. Oh my God! Send them right now, please. Please.
I'm
send
waiting for
them.
the next refresh. Waiting for the next refresh.
I'm a Puritan. I can't.
How often is that fucking
handle
refresh?
nipples. Wait. Well, yeah. That's still on the old refresh, by the way. That still says 7.9.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at the thing at the top. So yeah, we're at 8078. Okay, too late. You see my nipples. There's one. Boop, boop, boop. There's the other. Boop, boop,
What have
boop.
you done to me, people?
What have I done? I don't know.
Why have thou forsaken me?
The things
Also-
I do for charity.
You should let the website people know that that are doing this thing that they 1,000% need to add a PayPal option.
Yeah, I know. It's I used to use a third party called Canada Helps, but they wanted me to stop using that. I don't know if their fees were too high. I don't know the reason for that, but they wanted to go through this Donor Perfect thing. But Donor Perfect can, like, last year they could only accept donations from Canada. They actually specifically added the United States because of me.
Ah,
So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll send some leverage and be like, hey, we would have gotten more money if you'd accept PayPal donations. Oh, we're at 8203. Nice.
fuck yeah. Keep going, people. Keep going. Give us more.
Yeah, so we got Will sent 25, Nimaz sent 100, Wes P sent 100, Dana Barlow sent 50. Thank you so much, guys.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, my little progress bar at the top hasn't updated since the last time I refreshed this page. So we're at 8253.
Keep it going, people. Keep it going. As long as we're getting new donations every few moments, I will. I'll stick around for it. But we got to keep them going. Keep getting them in. Make this a happy, exciting night. And look, I cry myself to sleep enough. Don't give me one more thing to cry myself to sleep over.
Yeah, I
Shit.
got Fishia says I wish to have never seen this, and Mark Rothenbuehler says, how does one wash your eyes? Is it bleach or ammonia? Mark Fernkoff says, well, fuck, I only have $1.50 in my account. That's why Apologia Live 199 renewal was declined. Oh, my goodness, I'm so sorry. At least I saw Rhino nipples. That's consolation. So at least someone was happy to see that.
This is why I say this is when you take this moment to shame other people into donating for you. It's
Yeah.
okay that you can't. That's fine. But shame others.
Yeah, absolutely. Weaponize that shame like you're a Catholic.
Fuck yeah.
Except they don't seem to have shame about the fact that they rape kids. I don't understand how the
Oh my God,
church
man.
that is all about shame doesn't have shame about the most shameful thing you could possibly do.
You see all that drama they got going right now, though?
Yeah, where they're like
Okay.
suing to not have to allow people to sue them.
They expelled.
Oh yeah. They kicked out.
Yeah.
They kicked out a cardinal who was like, "No, I don't think we should say that trans people are a real thing."
And should be baptized and all that kind of stuff.
Like the fucking,
Come on, people,
like
keep
the
getting
fucking
in.
Pope. Like everybody wants to say, like he's the progressive Pope, and like, yeah, I suppose he is, but his progressive is like 1970s progressive, which is like fucking regressive for where society's at. Oh yeah, we got Jimmy Snow's 250 in there, and
Right.
Xander Crookshanks the third sent $50.
That makes it the third. So you're my grandchild. You're my Xander Crookshanks is my real name. That's my offline name now. That's who I am.
I don't know what GJYJ or FBMB means.
Oh, I'll tell you.
Okay.
FBMB is Matt's thing, Fergal, Burgle, Manergal, Burgle, when he's just coming up with where, you're just making up words or to fit a thing or whatever, Fergal, Burgle, Manergal, Burgle. And then go Jimmy yourself, Jimmy is because GFYJ was go fuck yourself, Jimmy. Somebody
Okay.
at some point did a typo and said go Jimmy yourself by accident. And then
So,
it became amazing.
so you know what? I know
Yes.
we should be ending the stream now, but once I put in my $500 match, we are
know.
less than $1,000 away from the $10,000 goal.
Yeah.
So
We'll stick around for a few.
I want to put in my match now, but I feel like that's going to, like, because of the way I've got my OBS set up, that's going, okay, you know what? I'm just going to do this while I put in my match.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. What? Your real name is Horny Kettlebags? How did you get it changed to Horny Kettlebags? He's in the zone right now.
My real name is Horny Kettlebags?
Yeah, we can all see you're filling out your card number. Horny Kettlebags. You live on
like that.
1, 2, 3, suck, fuck lane. What the fuck? How did you get the street name that? Horny Kettlebags. From 1, 2, 3, fuck lane. Oh, the secret was that Jimmy made love to your mom. You know, never mind. I had a joke, but it's probably too far. I've gone too far. Oh, nice. Somebody brought in the LMHT, lick my hairy taint, which is something I said once, and it meant a lot more to other people than it meant to me at the time, but I'm still here for it. I love it. I absolutely love it. People, let's get it in. I would love to see that 9,000 just once you get yours in, just up. Screw it up. For people who watch this on your channel after the fact, how long will that link be active?
I'm not sure. I think that they'll still accept donations. Like, I mean, obviously they'll still accept donations after the fact, but I think it'll still work here after the fact. I'm not sure for how long.
Yeah. That'd be good to know. But over the 9,000 mark,
yeah,
if y'all keep getting in some donations now, we might even go all the way till 11 o'clock. 10 o'clock is my time. 11, but you gotta keep them in. Hell yeah. We got somebody who came in with $6.70. We fucking appreciate that shit. Oh, was that from way earlier? This is scrolling forever. They appreciated it. I just wasn't sure for that one.
Yeah, no, you know what? I still owe $35 from super chats that I got earlier in the month.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I gotta pass through that $10 too.
So yeah, we only have $931.60 to go at the moment.
Get it in, vote it in. Let me get those 10 in. Yeah, people, we're doing stuff. While we're doing stuff, get yours in. Give us the money for the people to be able to eat better food on the holidays and also during the year. Support an awesome pantry. This song doesn't have a very good melody.
Yep.
Music theory would call this one of the worst songs of all time.
I don't know about that. Have you seen the Wikipedia list of worst songs of all time?
No.
Oh, it's pretty brutal.
Are there things on there with which I would disagree?
I don't know. There's one where a guy is like screaming into the microphone, and then there is what is described as a sudden bugle solo. And yeah, it is a sudden bugle solo. I don't know how else to describe that.
Oh yeah. I like a bugle. You don't like a bugle?
Bugles can be okay. So we're at 91.73.40 with Jimmy Snow sent another $10, and I put my 35 in. We also got Peyton Dooley. Skeptic P says,
"Thank you.
Gone dem nipples."
Nah. Nah dem nipples. Nah dem nipples. Yeah. Zerask, thank you.
I mean, like, if we get to $15,000 in the next 30 seconds, I will have my partner come in here and gnaw my nipples on camera.
But we will stop streaming on my channel. You'll have to go to Vice channel to watch the nipple gnaws.
Yes, everybody go subscribe to Vice Rhino.
Yeah, for sure. And for sure.
That's not a thing that you normally see on my channel, I promise.
That's a fine enough thing. And you know, it's going to be a fun, like, last awesome thing to do for a channel. To get 15,000 right before your channel gets deleted by YouTube is fucking, what a way to go out. What a way to end.
I mean, it's been more than 30 seconds, so that offer has expired now.
Oh, yes, yes. This was a trick. See, he actually has a 40-second delay built into the stream.
But
So,
I mean, if you go to onlyfans.com/Rhino and Jimmy,
yeah, that's right.
then you get to see some nipple nod.
What happened to /horned down Jimmy
I don't
through the
know.
prehensile taper dick?
I can't keep track of all the fake porn sites I set up.
I just made that one up.
For all I know, I made that one up. I don't know. I don't know this shit.
Remember the time when I just slipped into your DMs to go, did you know about tapier dicks? That's our friendship, man. It's us. I find out about a funny penis or something cool in VR or AI. I'm like, have you heard about AI's tapier penises?
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Dolly Midjourney won't make a picture of me with a tapier dick.
When Rhino just describes your musical taste as bad, that hits hard.
Look, okay. I don't know whether good or bad describes my musical taste. The only thing I know that describes my musical taste is I have the musical taste of a 2007 17-year-old lesbian. That's my music taste. Now, call that bad if you want. Suddenly you're a bigot. I'm just saying, call it bad at your own risk, asshole.
Okay.
But
okay,
no,
I do have to end the stream.
right.
I'm over time about 45 minutes. So hopefully we will get that remaining $826.60 in the next couple hours after the stream is done. And that's what it takes to hit our goal. We're so close, guys. We're so close.
So
don't
close,
let this be the first year that you guys don't help me hit my goal.
Don't do it, people.
I'm gonna be disappointed. I'm not angry. I'm disappointed.
I'm not mad, but I am angry. And look, I'm not mad, but I am willing to burn this country down because I feel slighted. I will send fake electors all the way to the Supreme Court. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not mad. I'm just mom for mad, disappointed.
Okay, so with that, we got one person saying, do super chats work for donations? No, they do fucking not. You need
Hopefully
to go to the link. You need to go to the link in the description, or that the chatbot is spamming. Or share.vicerhino.com might work for you.
Yeah.
My hover has been a bit hit and miss this month. I don't know why. Like in previous years, they've always been fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've been weird this year. So
shall I do the ending music?
oh, I have credits queued up.
I'm just
yeah.
a teenage dirtbag baby. Just previewing some of that terrible music I like. I know. I thought it would have rolled credits in this time.
Okay, bye.